So, what was the question?
14p squared over 13 divided by 6p to the third over 6p squared. Alright, so we could couldn't we just make this p?
Yes, yeah, that all cancels down and it just becomes p.
Okay.
So we have 14p squared over 13 divided by p.
I don't really know what to do now.
Okay, what's the divided by sign?
Oh, flip.
Flip. So flip it.
What do you flip? Do you flip this side now?
You flip this one. So you can always write a letter that's by itself over 1.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can flip it.
Oh, okay.
Now what?
So you can make the 14p squared just p.
14p.
Times 1.
So you might as well just erase the 1, right?
Yeah.
So that's your answer. Right?
Okay. So, do you think teachers would count it off if you put times 1 there?
That's not simplified then. So they're gonna want you to multiply the 1 through or just get rid of the 1. Okay. So you're just better off not writing it at all once you get 1.
Okay.
Okay. Unless you get something where everything cancels and the answer is just 1, then you can just write 1.
Yeah.
All right, let's look to see if we have anything else like that.
We already did that one. 78, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, so
Let me see if I can copy that from you. Okay, so tell me what it says again.
Oh, right.
15a squared over 7 divided by 4a over 8a. Okay.
Can we make this one just 4a?
It's 1 over 4a, right?
Yeah, because you would flip it.
Okay. There's a divided by sign here, right?
Yeah.
So there should still be a divided by sign there.
So don't flip these?
Well, if you're going to flip it, okay, so you're trying to do two things at the same time. That's what I'm trying to caution you not to do.
Oh, so
when this simplifies, the 4 cancels. So the 4 cancels the 8, and it makes it a 2, right?
Yeah, it does make it a 2.
And then the a cancels the a squared, and it just makes it an a.
2a.
But that's on the bottom. This is all still on the bottom.
Really?
Well, let's look at it. Which number is bigger, the 8 or the 4?
The 8.
So when I cancel it, that means the answer has to go where the bigger number is. Is the bigger number on the top or the bottom?
Bottom.
So the 2 has to go there.
Okay.
Which one's bigger in power, this one or that one?
The 8.
The 8 one. So that means that the answer has to go where the bigger power was. So what's left on the top?
Which
right?
1.
So I still have this divided by sign because I still haven't flipped anything, right?
Yeah.
And then I have 15a squared over 7. Now I have to flip. So that stays the same. And then this becomes times, and then that's that there.
Okay.
Now, I'll put the 1 there.
Can you go across that way?
You just multiply straight across.
Okay, so that would be 30a cubed.
30a what do you do to the exponents when you
Oh.
multiply?
I forgot. Don't the squareds go away?
Oh, sorry. You're right. That's just an a there. So it is a cubed.
And then that would be 7.
And that'd be 7 on the bottom.
But can you wait? Oh, no. You can't.
No, 7 doesn't go into 30, right? So.
Yeah, I was thinking 7 times 5 is 35, but it's not. 6 and 5.
So I want to, whenever you're doing this stuff, make sure you try to only do one step at a time so you don't get yourself confused.
Screwed up. I think I do that a lot without even thinking about it.
Okay, I'm going to make up a question for you to do now.
Okay.
That's similar to that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Sorry.
It's fine.
There's a lot of stuff going on in this problem, so make sure you just do one thing at a time. So tell me what you want to do first.
Do the first one with the 4, because 4 goes into 16 4 times, so that'd be a 4x over 4, right?
Okay, so that changes to a 4. Let's do the x's now, because the x's are a separate question.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they are. So now you got to do your exponent rules for that one.
X over 4, right?
X over 4. Okay.
Or x to the 4th power.
Where does the x to the 4th power go?
Underneath.
Okay, yes.
But that one's, oh yeah, bigger. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. Do the number separate, then do the letters. Do the other one. Is there any way to reduce those two numbers?
2 by 2?
By 2. So that changes to a what?
16?
Mm-hmm. And that changes to a what?
A 9.
So I'm going to write 16 here and 9 there. And now I'm going to do the letters.
So that'd be x squared. Cool.
Okay?
Yep.
Now, since we simplify both fractions, now we can flip.
Okay. Now multiply across?
Nope. Cancel first. Cross cancel first. Is there anything that you can cross cancel?
No. Oh yeah, you can. 4.
4. So that 4 goes away. Mm-hmm.
Maybe
And the 16 changes to a what?
a 4.
Mm-hmm.
4x squared.
And now multiply that way.
So you would have
9 over
x to the 4x to the 6th.
Good.
But I was thinking on that one, because this one was marked off, I was thinking just that's alone, so I have to do that to both, which
the bottom multiplies the bottom, the top multiplies the top. So you have to literally, in your mind, isolate the bottom from the top.
Yeah.
The only time that works out is when you're cross-canceling. And that's why you need to do one thing
at a time.
Not
go too fast.
Not go too fast.
Okay.
All right, let me give you another one that's like that.
After that one, can we do one that's more complex?
Mm-hmm. All right, so.
Are the ones they divide on the harder of the problems of these type, or the
Well,
the add?
yeah, because you have to do that extra step of flipping it. But we can do one that's multiplication if you want to. Do you want to do one that's multiplication, just straight multiplication?
Not really, because these seem a little bit harder.
These are a little bit harder because after you simplify the two fractions, you still have to flip and then simplify again.
Okay.
If I were to put a multiplication sign there, it would just be kind of straightforward.
Can we do an adding and subtracting one after this one?
Yeah, we'll go back to all those questions that I just made because I made some of those up.
Oh, okay.
So let's do.
So, right out of the gate, I see that all of them can go in by 5. Can you just divide everything by 5? Or do you have to take it step by step?
I would always take it step by step.
Okay.
Because there's going to be numbers bigger than 5 for these and those.
Yeah. I
Um,
was just thinking because all of them can go into 5 a certain amount. So I was just thinking that you could do that first and then.
okay, well let's do it that way. Let's do it that way and see what happens because you can. So let's divide all the numbers by 5. So what does that number change to?
A 6. 6x.
What does that number change to?
A 9x. Is that a 5? 5,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. And that'll be 4x to the 6th. And that'll be 12 to the 3rd.
That's perfectly fine. What do you want to do now?
You can divide by 3.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be, that would be just 2, and then on the bottom, it would be 3x to the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Divided by, and then 4, you can do, it would be 1 over, no, x cubed over 4.
Over.
Just 4, right?
Not 4.
Oh, 3.
Right. Okay, now what?
Flip it.
Mm-hmm.
No, multiply straight across.
Can you cross cancel before you do that?
Oh yeah, that would be a 1. That would be just 4. Okay, so that would be 2 over x to the 8th.
X to the. Did I do something wrong? So I got this to be a 3 here. Right?
Oh yeah, it's me. Why did I write down a 4? Oh, I wrote down a 4.
Because you told me 3. You
Yeah.
actually said that out loud.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what the heck I was doing. No, wait, what I had? Oh, yeah.
And I think you have that backwards.
Oh, yeah, I had to flip.
You didn't flip. Good. All right. Let's do an addition one. You want to do one of the complicated ones with the binomials, right? Or you tell me which one you want to
Can
do.
we do like a medium one, just for the adding and subtracting one, just so I can see
Just the simplifying stuff, or do you want to do the actual one where you have to get a solution? This type or that type? I thought I did some addition ones here. I did. They're right there.
I've never done one like that before.
Like that?
Yeah, we can do that one.
Okay.
Or I should say I've never done one that started out like that. Is that 16 or?
Yeah, 16.
16? Okay.
copy it from you. What are you going to do today? You got anything planned?
Might hit tennis with some of my friends, but maybe shoot some basketball, something like that. That's an N, by the way. N minus 3, N minus 6, plus 6N over 3. Maybe watch some baseball, something like that.
Cool.
Did you watch any of the Masters?
I watched the debacle at the end. I felt so bad for him.
Spieth, he was up. He
was up by 4 strokes, wasn't he?
He was like 7 under, yeah. And he
I felt so bad for him. Taken one hole, like lost it all in the 12th.
Yeah, and wasn't that like a par 3 too?
Yeah.
Like quadruple bogeyed.
Man.
Once I heard that, I was just like, this is, dang.
That goes like that. Like there has been times, and I've only shot under 90 like 4 or 5 times in my life. I normally shoot like around 92, 93. But I had a round going, and I could have actually shot under 80. And I had a blow-up hole. And I still ended up shooting an 85, which is one of the best scores I've ever shot. But it happens that way, man. Like you could be in the zone, and then it kind of snowballs on itself. You hit a bad shot, and then right immediately after you hit another bad shot, and then it gets into your head. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And I thought he was going to win.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
He is pretty good.
He's super young.
It's like 22 or something.
Yeah, he left his sophomore year of college.
Wow. Well, he's doing well because he's been crushing it the past 2 years. So.
Yeah. And he's in my like brother song, or like he's younger than me and he's making millions of dollars. I don't like this at all. So with this problem, can you distribute the 2 and?
You don't want to do that.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
You want to do 2 things. First of all, you just want to get a common denominator, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is simplify this fraction.
So that would be 3n over 1.
Mm-hmm.
So I can. This one's dying.
Just toss it up there and I'll throw it away afterwards.
Okay.
I don't know why I keep wanting to write plus signs when they're minuses.
This one's a little bit better. It's a lot better.
Now it should be really easy to get a common denominator. Because that's a 1 there, and then you have all that stuff there. So what is this fraction missing?
Everything that this has.
Everything that has, right. So
I can basically just write it over here.
Mm-hmm.
But don't we have to make the top?
Will
that change the top?
It will, but watch. So I'm just going to write this once because both of these are going to have the exact same thing, right?
Yeah.
So this is 2n minus 3.
Oh, does that 3n go in front of the n minus 2?
It can. I'm just going to leave it there, though. I'm just going to leave it there.
Oh, okay.
So nothing has to happen in this fraction because it already has all this stuff, right?
Okay.
So I'm just going to rewrite that there. And then I'm write a plus sign.
And then plus the 3n.
And then all of this stuff. And now I have the common denominator. So then I'm going to simplify this. 2 times that makes that 6n, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to FOIL that out. So FOIL that out for me.
N squared. Wait, I have to do that. And negative 6n. Wait, yeah.
Negative 6n.
Okay. And then negative 3n
Mm-hmm.
plus And these will add up to equal n squared minus 9n plus 18.
All right. So then I'm going to take this 6 and I'm going to distribute it to each one of those.
Okay.
So I have n minus 2
6n to the 6n cubed
plus 6n cubed minus 54n squared
plus 18 plus
18 times 6. 8, 4, 108. I knew that. 108 n. Now I got to collect like terms. So this goes down to goes up to 109 n. So
Why does it go to 109 n?
That's an n. How many n's do you have there?
1.
How many n's do you have there?
1.
How many n's do you have there?
Oh, 108 n.
So what's 1 n plus 108 n?
109 n. Oh, okay.
So this is going to be 6n cubed minus 54n squared.
What'd you do with the minus 2?
I'm going to put it at the very end because I'm trying to write these in
okay.
descending order. 09n minus 2.
Okay, there's.
And then it would be this thing on the bottom. I'm running out of space, but that goes there.
Okay. And then you're done.
And then you're done.
Oh, dang. Okay. I would not think that would turn out like that with that problem. But.
And you haven't had any cubed ones yet, either.
We haven't had ones that would turn out to be that long, or that big. I guess.
That big.
But I guess
it's good practice just in case.
Yeah, because they will come up and he'll probably do it like Monday right out of the gate. Do that.
Right.
So. Okay.
Okay. Let me give you a regular one to do.
Yeah, that one was a little.
That was a little rough. Go ahead and do 18. Because that's similar to the ones you've done before.
Yeah, it is. I actually think I've done that one. It looks really familiar. Actually, no, it doesn't, because we haven't done one that had a variable of n, but I think we did one with that of x. It's 5.
Okay. And this is 3 over n plus 6.
So could we do n minus, or n, oh, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Could we do n minus 35 as a denominator? Oh, we can't?
No. This thing that's down here is all one thing.
Oh,
this thing
we
down
have to
here,
multiply it to
you have to cross multiply it. And then multiply straight across. Right. Now you notice, and I'm trying to get you to see that shortcut. You see how those two things are the exact same? Yeah. So when I do my cross multiplying, I just write it as one fraction, so I don't have to write this step over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that is your common denominator, so you only have to write it once.
Okay. Yeah, I should probably save me much more time.
And we're not multiplying that through for the questions anyway, right? The only thing he's asking you to do is simplify the top anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so simplify the top for me.
So that'll be n minus 3.
Well, is this a positive or a negative?
Positive.
Is this a positive or a negative?
That's positive.
So what's 3?
Oh, we have to add those.
You have to add
5n.
Good.
Minus 3.
Minus 3.
Why did I write 15?
And then this is n plus 6 n minus 5. Okay.
Cool.
Choose one more. You might want to try one of those complicated ones like 9.
Oh, dang. I'm going to need a larger board.
It's actually easier than it looks, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
A lot of that stuff is going to cancel out.
Oh, okay, cool. What time do you think you'll have these up by, like 3 o'clock?
I will probably have them up. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to format them now and put them up there now. When we're done working. So I'm going to have them up in the next 30 minutes.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, because this new software that I'm using, I don't have to I don't have to re-encode it, which I have to change it to a format, which takes time, and then post it. I should be able to post it straight up to YouTube after it's taped. So
Okay.
I'll label it and then add it to the playlist that I already have.
Alrighty. Yeah, in like an hour or so I'll probably go over it.
All right. So let me copy it from you.
It's not very good. I can just read it out to you.
Okay.
Alright, a squared minus 36 over 49a cubed plus 21a squared times 49a cubed plus,
I don't know why I keep on wanting to do that. Plus 21a squared over
a squared minus 5a minus 6. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
okay.
That works. This is some critical thinking that I want you to do before you do too much work.
Okay.
Right? Is there anything that you see in the top that's exactly like the thing you see in the bottom?
Yeah, the top and the bottom, that and that.
So because they're exactly the same, I don't even have to factor them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They have to be exactly the same, which makes the problem a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Now, all you got to do is just factor that.
That would be, so it's add equal negative 6. Oh, okay, so negative 6 and 1.
So this is a minus 6 and a plus 1. And then factor that. So here I have 1 over a minus 6 and a
plus 1. We have the 1 over that. And then could you do the a squared minus 6 over 1 as well?
This is actually a DOS. Do you know what DOS stands for?
No.
Difference of squares. How do you factor a distance? You've never heard of it. Okay.
That would be a minus 6, a plus 6?
Right. So you have heard of it.
Yeah. I just haven't heard it in that term.
Okay. So this is a minus 6, a plus 6, and that's all over 1.
He just uses a very
different
same term as that.
Terms,
yeah. So then the a minus 6 and the a minus 6 cancel out?
Uh-huh.
Do the 1 and 1s cancel?
Well, yeah, but they go away anyway.
Okay, so x plus 6 over a plus 1?
Mm-hmm. So I told you a lot of that stuff is going to cancel out anyway. It just looks more complicated than it is.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
So remember, even if you see something really complicated, as long as those two things are exactly the same,
you can cancel.
You can just cancel them. Even if I had, like, let's say I had a minus 5a minus 6 up there, and then I had down here a squared minus 5 a minus 6 down there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have to factor those two things because, excuse me, both of those trinomials are the same. So I could just cancel them out.
Okay.
As long as they're exactly the same. You don't even have to factor. They cancel.
Mm-hmm.
That might help you when you're,
Yeah.
when you're doing stuff.
If this comes up like on a test or
Yeah.
something like that. All right.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop this video.